A very good afternoon. It's time for business here on Midday Live with me, George Quinn. We are live on DSTV, channel 279. On to our very first story. The central bank has increased the rate of its treasury bills, putting them above the current inflation rate of 15.7%. This was anticipated as the central bank has been struggling to meet the amount it targets to raise through the treasury bills auction. Nancy Vulcania has been studying the results of last Friday's auction and now reports. We'll bring you that story later in a subsequent bulletins. More news this afternoon. Government has revised downward the amount it intends to realize from the controversial E-Levy from an initial target of 6.9 billion cedis. Deputy Finance Minister John Kuma told an Accra-based radio that government is now looking at raising 4.5 billion cedis. The reason, he said, was because of the delayed passage of the levy. Meanwhile, the Ghana Revenue Authority has issued notices indicating its readiness to start collecting the levy from the 1st of next month, as previously announced by Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. So from 1st May, if you, for instance, transfer money from your bank account to another bank account using the Instant Pay platform, the Ghana Revenue Authority says on its website that you will be charged additional 1.5%. However, the Ghana Revenue Authority indicates that it is waiting on the Finance Minister to determine what value amount of transfer per day through the platform will attract the levy. And away from the E-Levy, President of the African Investment Group, Dr. Sam Ankrah, says the E-Levy is a shift and a distortion of the country's tax structure that has opened their floodgates for successive governments to introduce the retrogressive taxes with impunity. He believes the new tax will ruin savings with the potential to discourage investment.
If you look into an economy like ours, where all the common commodities are imported, the reliance on a foreign currency, that's the dollar, it's so much. So whenever there's an issue with a demand and supply, where there's a lot of cedis chasing the dollar, automatically you are attracting increase in prices, which is inflation. So one would have thought that there will be a deliberate policy direction by the government on how they want to strengthen the cedi. Because regardless of what is happening internationally, whether it's Ukrainian war or COVID or whatever, if our cedi depreciates against the dollar, we're still going to have these challenges. The fundamental problem we have is that because the cedi has no intrinsic value other than just being a medium of exchange, every time there's an increase in demand in the dollar, there's a corresponding increase in amount of cedis required to buy the dollar. That's a forex. Again, there has to be deliberate policies. I'm so happy there's a suspension for 4x4s being imported, but we need to go deeper. It should be a total ban. Items like rice, sugar, and staples like this should be produced locally. We need to be able to help enhance the local markets so that our dependence on these imports will be lessened, which will subsequently help us to strengthen our currency. There has to be deliberate government effort to put value on our currency, or else we'll have challenges going forward.